ready. 3, 2, 1.
And we're on. So this is how close I am. My room is above the sign, the Stakes Say In sign, to the start of the race tomorrow. And that's the start of the race. So this whole area around where I'm staying is beautiful. Little orange and white markers. That's a permanent orienteering control point. I think I found what looks like the camping site. Just had a nice chat with one of the campers. Doing what I always do with these little adventures is just go off for a wander. So race day has arrived, and there are people already arriving in the car park. We are due forecasted for it to cloud over and for it to get rainy. I've just had a porridge with some peanut butter that I bought yesterday, and my pack is ready to go. So I'm at the race HQ waiting to register. Everybody's arriving. Okay, so I'm all ready to go. I've got my GPS tracker and my little dibbery thingy here.
You're part of the first wave going. Come on down. Find yourself a bit of space. Take it down.
I did join in the first two songs and then decided to go and do my own because there was only 3 of us. So here I am on the start line, and somehow I've kind of found myself in the front. Bit of an imposter.
Ready. 3, 2, 1.
And we're on. We're gonna need it. Oh, wrong turn already. Yeah, so a lot of things went right during this run. A lot of things went right, and unfortunately, a lot of things went wrong. And as we go through this video, hopefully you'll stick with this and watch it through. But as we go through, you'll get an idea of what went right and what went wrong, and we'll do a bit of an analysis at the end. So bear with it. So this is what you're seeing here. The purple line is the route that I took. I turned left and there was loads of people behind me. No, you need to turn right, you need to turn right. So 1k in. So I don't know. Thank you again. I've never done a 50-mile race before, so this is the first time. And I found myself at the front. And I was thinking, okay, am I running too fast? How am I at the front? Because I'm not used to being at the front of races. I'm used to being near the front, but not at the front. It was all kind of pretty much straightforward around here. Okay, so 2.5k in. How cool is this? Running through a sweet cornfield. Oh, it's so cool. How often do you get to run through a field of sweet corn? There was 3 of us. There's me and 2 other guys. I think the eventual winner I was with and another guy as well. All 3 of us ran up here, realised that we were going the wrong way, doubled back. By the time we got back to the right turning, we were way behind. So this here is the first major climb of the day. So I made our first navigation mistake. Missed our turning. Went about 500 metres. The wrong way, had to turn around.
You don't get 500 metres knocked off the end, I'm afraid.
Yeah. But it's all good. It's not that bad. I've made worse mistakes than that in the past. So, first major climb. Early days. So yeah, you can see it's pretty steep. It was around about 6 kilometres that I had the problem with my quiver, and then the soft flask fell out. Hunting on the floor looking for this little bit of see-through plastic lid, and I'm not going to find it. So I just took the decision that I'm going to have to carry my soft flask in my hand. Everything's so overgrown this year, isn't it? It really is. So I'm not having the best of luck, guys. So far, I've taken a wrong turn. The quiver on my backpack's come unfastened. and everything fell out, and now it's dangling between my legs, and I lost the top to my hydration flask, so I'm now having to carry it with me.
You got to the first checkpoint and you're going at a good speed, and it's not all bad.
Yeah, exactly that. So, oh dear, fun and games though. So yeah, about 9k in here and feeling absolutely fine. You know, early days. You know, I've now got what looks like a tail. You know, got a quiver dangling between my legs behind me with a, you know, upside down, with some first aid kit stuffed in the bottom of it. Thinking what else can go wrong at this point. Okay, so we're heading up this big old hill in a minute. So it's difficult to film when I've got one hand on my bottle and one hand on this. So this is the thing about ultramarathons, is that you adapt to circumstances. Good, it's all good. I managed to start picking up some places here as we kind of went through 11k, come out on the road, and you know, I've still got runners in front of me, so it's all quite straightforward at this point. Eaten alive, but that is what I'm going to go up in a minute. You can see the leaders just making their way up there now. So first place runners just come back down. Whew. This is one steep hill. Views though. Whew. Wow, it's crazy. This is a crazy hill. So going up that was hard work. Just as I started going up it, the front runner was coming back down the other side. Village Hall, I think this was the first aid station if I remember right. I ran up there to start. There's a little gate there. It said private property, and I looked at the file and thought, okay, we're probably going to go up here. And Simon was right behind me, went, no, going the wrong way, it's this way. Okay, so we just over 10 miles on my watch with the extra turns, and we are really now kind of going out into the, well, you kind of call it semi-mountain. No, it's just hilly, isn't it? You couldn't say these are mountains, but they're not far off. This guy just saved me from going the wrong way. I've had lots of people saving me today from going the wrong way. But look at the views, man. That's what we just come up and down that massive peak over there. Onwards and upwards. So I joined with Simon for a bit, and we had a good old chin wag. Had some of the views overlooking, you know, this way, down to over to Packletstone Hill was pretty amazing. Okay, so I've got just over 17k in. I'm here with Simon, and look at this spectacular views. Absolutely incredible. Oh. And still we go up. It's a long old climb. This is not steep, but it's a long climb. Okay, so I left Simon behind, and I've just hit the 20k mark, and yeah, I think I'm kind of somewhere around about 10th place, I think, at the moment. These ladies have been in front of me for a while. It's an amazing view either side. There's a long old climb up to the top of that hill. I'm having a bit of a low point at the moment already. It's a bit early, but hopefully I can just ride it out. So I am 25, well, I've done 26, but I'm actually 25k into the course. I'm hanging with these guys at the moment. Long old steep tarmac road that we're on. I don't know what position. What position do you reckon we are? About 10th or something? Yeah, we're probably just sneaked inside the top 10 at the moment. So far so good. It's a long old climb, this was. Wow. This is a long climb. This road just goes on forever. But we're getting it done. Oh, I'm knackered. We then eventually broke off from the road and we headed up towards Manston Rock. Yeah, it was super rocky up here. And I was starting to pick people off, and just as I joined this path here, the front runner was coming back the other way. Right, so I've got 28k on my watch with the extra bit I did, and we're still climbing. got a couple of runners in front of us. It looks like we seem to be edging ever closer to. Fantastic views though with this guy. What's your name?
John Paul.
John Paul. I'm Jason. So we have just reached this amazing place. Fantastic scenery. I think we've got a clip point up here, have we? So it's very rocky. But yeah, it's actually quite a nice break to have a bit of a walk. And then the next mistake happens here. So punch points, clipper points was around here, just here, and we didn't see it. We ran past it and we were kind of faffing around. One of the guys went up to the top here almost. We were kind of looking around, wandering around. Where is it? Where is it? Can't find it. And there was two guys sat up here. They went, yeah, it's down there. It's underneath the cliff. And we ran straight past it. And by the time we got there, the two girls that had overtaken previously had caught me back up. Super technical going down this path, picking your way down. And one of the girls, she was flying down that. I don't know how she did that, but she was absolutely flying. And then I made another mistake here. I, instead of turning off the path, I ran down. Thought, okay, looks like I've run off the path. I thought I was going to go along here. That's what I thought. So I had to run back up again. Bombed it along here. Absolutely hammered it along here. Got into the next aid station and caught back up with the ladies. So I'm a little over 35k in. Made a couple more navigational errors. Nothing major, but... And then I took a wrong turn. So that's probably another 3 or 4 minutes lost. Oh man. And now we're going up this bastard hill. Okay, so I am halfway into the race. Just been told I'm in 3rd position, which is kind of cool. Yeah, feeling tired, feeling knackered. Can't believe I've got another marathon to go. Been on my own for most of this race as well now. A lonely old race. I think there was an aid station in there and I missed it somehow. I just must have run straight past it and not realised that there was an aid station. I don't know how I did that, but I did. Around about kind of 53, 54k in, and I was starting to get really thirsty, and I realised that somehow I'd missed an aid station. And I was getting really worried because I didn't know how long it was going to be till the next aid station. So 55k in, nearly. Amazing views. Somehow I've managed to miss a checkpoint. I'm not quite sure how, but one of my things hasn't been stamped, which means somehow I've missed it. But hopefully it's not going to be an issue. So as I was coming up here at the Offers Dyke Path, it's a really, really steep climb, and I was struggling, and I knew I had hardly any water left, and I was just so happened that on this little section here in the woodland, 2 female runners were coming towards me, not part of the race, just out for an afternoon run, and she emptied her whole flask. She gave me everything in her flask. She said, just take it. She said, I know what it's like. She said, we're both, we're runners. And she gave me some sweets as well. So that was an absolute godsend. It really, really, literally, it was a godsend. And that just really spurred me on. That small, kind gesture. I really hope you girls are watching somehow. And if you are, thank you so much. You don't know what difference that made to me, my day, my experience. Okay, so I'll check in. I've never gone over so many styes as I have today, or run through so many fields like this one as I have today. Makes for hard going. So I'm just over 60. I've run just over 60k. Unfortunately, the good mood didn't last all that long because if we scroll it on, now the course, the GPX file is supposed to take you down here, down this path here and along, and the red line and my GPS watch took me down here, and there was a gate. So this is a road, by the way. This is a road coming along here, and there was a gate on the other side, and a farmer's field, wheat, quite high as well, you know. But I ran up, I ran down, I ran up, I ran back onto the road, ran up the road, couldn't see anyone, ran back down the road. I was thinking, oh, I'm probably going to, you know, at some point I'm going to find another runner, because they must be catching me up by now. And I couldn't see any other runners. I went back into the field, ran up, ran down, then I ran down, then back up, and then along, and then down, and back up, and then back along. And then I just thought, this is crazy. I've lost another 10 minutes here now, just wandering around doing nothing. I'm just going to follow the line and see what happens. Ran down to the bottom of the field, realised I couldn't get any further, could see this path here. So I realised by now, once I got down here, I realised that this is where I'm supposed to be. I had to run up so I could find a little gap in between the stinging nettles and the brambles. Hacked my way through, climbed over the barbed wire fence with the aid of a tree, and was back on track. Anything that I'd gained was instantly lost there. I lost so much time. But anyway, you know, these things happen. And then the next aid station was pretty difficult to find. Couldn't find it. And then eventually found the aid station. Sat down, and then the guys that were behind me caught me back up. So I didn't hang around, kind of got out of the aid station quite quickly. Quick check-in. My watch tells me I've done 68k. So I ran through a farmer's field and couldn't get out the other end, and then ran back and forth. I couldn't figure out what was going on, because the GPX file was bang on the line. So never mind, I found it in the end. But yeah, I've done a lot of extra distance. I'm still second, but third and fourth are right behind me. They just came into the aid station as I left. I'm going to try my best to hold my position as long as I can, but I don't think I'm going to finish second. I don't mind. Okay, so coming down here, I made another little error. I thought this was my turning coming down here. Realised I'd gone too early, had to come back up, and then you know, it's all a learning process, isn't it? You learn more from your mistakes than you do anything else. So that's, you know, what I kind of hung on to. Yeah, so I got about 12k left. Knackered, still in second. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to keep second position for. So, you know, without the navigational mistakes, I might have sneaked in first. 12k doesn't sound like a lot, but it does not feel like a long way still. Anyway, we're slowly getting it done. The other thing that had gone wrong today was that my GPS tracker was not showing on the website. So everyone that I'd sent a link to, kind of saying, "Oh, you can check me, you know, check my progress," couldn't find me. And so everyone was wondering what was going on, and you know, I was getting WhatsApp messages asking me if I was okay, and people were calling me, and it was like, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm actually in second place, and I'm almost done." So yeah, at this point here, I've made a little wrong turn. I think a few people struggled around this bit here. I think I was supposed to go along here like that, but I ended up in here and then going around. So you know, more extra distance run, and then you can see here I've kind of turned left, and then I'm just all over the place at this point. It's obvious. You can see that I'm tired. I'm looking at my watch thinking I've done 75k. If I hadn't got lost and made all these stupid mistakes, I'd only have 5k to do. But as it goes, I've still got 10k. And when you've got 75k in your legs and you know you've got another 10 to go, it feels like forever. And this was another area that I made. So I'm just making mistakes constantly now. So the GPX file is supposed to take you down here. You know, I'm supposed to go along here like that, and I haven't. I've gone there. I've walked back, and then I've gone here and then here and here. Do you know what I mean? So it's more distance that I'm adding on. Now I'm not too far to go. I'm catching more marathon runners up here and being congratulated by them all, which was lovely. And as I got to here, 84k, I turned around, looked behind me, and I could see third and fourth place bearing down on me. I'm not going through everything that I've gone through today to end up in fourth place. Sure that I ran steady from here onwards, and there we go. And that was where the finish was. And the guys came in about 2 minutes behind me in the end. When I finished, all I had to do was walk there and there was my shower and some food and some clean clothes, and then back to the hill centre and cheering in Helen, who I'd met the day before when she was looking for the campsite. Hello, Helen, if you're watching. And that is it. That is my experience of the Shropshire 86k, as it turned out to be for me. Second place, and yeah. So many things happened during the race, and it's really strange that the time just seemed to go by. I mean, I can't believe I was out there for 10 hours, and looking back on it now, I don't really remember much of it. It's strange. The fact that the soft flask broke, the fact that the quiver came off the hydration vest, those were annoying things, but I worked my way around them, and it was okay holding the soft flask. In actual fact, as it turns out, it wasn't too bad. For the last 20, 25, 30k of that race, I was pretty much on my own the whole time. So I've spoken at great length about the things that went wrong during my first 50, but there was a lot of things that went right. First of all, I finished the race. Second of all, I finished the race and I came second in my first ever 50. Third, I didn't get injured. And fourth, the next day, I was able to go for a 5k walk, the next morning, in fact. So the recovery went well, the body dealt with it, the mind dealt with it, and it went well.